The Kia EV9 still stands as the best electric SUV because it is not just a vehicle but a symbol of how the automotive world has embraced a future powered by innovation and vision, and when people see the EV9 glide silently down the road they understand that they are looking at something that goes beyond the simple idea of transportation. For it tells a story of confidence, of luxury, of technology, and of a commitment to sustainability, and in this story the EV9 remains the hero that others want to challenge but cannot surpass because its very presence brings together design, performance, comfort, and a futuristic soul that makes drivers believe they are already living in the tomorrow they once imagined. And when we step into this story we realize that Kia did not just create an SUV but crafted an experience that speaks to families, to adventurers, to dreamers, and to anyone who has ever thought that an electric car could never truly replace the traditional SUV, because the EV9 not only replaces it but does so with elegance and authority that captures the imagination of all who encounter it. And as the sun rises over the cities of the world, the EV9 stands tall as a guardian of change, reminding us that sometimes the boldest step forward is taken by those who believe that progress should be both accessible and extraordinary, and this SUV does that by combining a design that is futuristic yet approachable, an interior that feels like a lounge of serenity, and an electric powertrain that does not shout but whispers with strength and confidence. And when you drive the EV9 you do not just move from one place to another, you enter a new rhythm where silence becomes luxury and efficiency becomes power, and every journey feels like a glimpse into what the world could be if more cars were built with this level of purpose and vision. And this is where the storytelling begins, because every great vehicle has a story, and the EV9 has one of resilience, of bold ambition, and of proof that even in a crowded field of competitors it has carved a space that is unshakable, and drivers who own it know this. They know that when they take the wheel they are not only enjoying an SUV, they are participating in a movement that says the electric future is not something to wait for, it is already here, and it is already better than what we left behind. And this SUV proves that comfort can coexist with technology, that performance can harmonize with sustainability, and that beauty can live in harmony with utility. And if one were to close their eyes and imagine the perfect electric SUV, the EV9 would appear in that vision, because it brings together everything people dream of in their ideal family car: space, strength, security, elegance, intelligence, and the joy of knowing that every mile driven is one step away from the burden of emissions that once hung over us. And when families gather inside the EV9 they find not just seats and controls but a sanctuary that transforms the simple act of travel into an experience of connection and peace, because the cabin feels like a living room with technology that listens to you, that anticipates your needs, and that makes you forget the rush of the outside world, and instead invites you to savor the journey. And imagine this moment: a parent turning to their children in the back as the quiet hum of electric motors carries them smoothly down the road, and saying this is the future, and the children smile not because they understand the technology but because they feel the difference. They feel the smoothness, the silence, the comfort, and it plants in their minds a memory that will shape how they see cars forever. And this is what makes the EV9 special. It is not just metal and glass and motors, it is a memory machine. It creates moments that live forever in the lives of those who experience it, and that cannot be measured in numbers or specifications. It can only be measured in smiles and sighs of relief, in the sense of wonder that fills a person when they realize that the car they are in is rewriting the rules of what an SUV should be. And yet, even when you do look at the numbers, the EV9 still impresses with range that gives you the confidence to go anywhere, with charging speeds that make waiting no longer feel like waiting, and with technology that makes the car not only smarter but kinder as it adapts to your habits, to your preferences, to your life. And you begin to feel that this SUV is not a machine but a companion, and in this companionship the EV9 shows why it is still the best, because it refuses to be just another entry in a long list of electric vehicles. It insists on being the one that sets the benchmark, the one that others study, the one that earns respect, not through flashy gimmicks, but through consistency, through reliability, and through a design philosophy that says progress is only real if it feels human. And the EV9 feels deeply human in every way. And as the story unfolds and more SUVs enter the scene trying to steal the spotlight, the EV9 simply continues to shine, because it knows that its strength lies not only in being advanced, but in being approachable, not only in being futuristic, but in being warm, not only in leading with technology, but in leading with heart. And so long as these values matter, the EV9 will continue to be called the best, because it is not a passing trend, it is a defining statement. And when we look back years from now, we will remember how the EV9 proved that the electric SUV could be everything we dreamed of and more, and that is why it is still the best today, and why it will be remembered as one of the great turning points in the story of automobiles.